And as you probably know, being in the military is tough enough. Being a military spouse is also very hard. And when you're both active and military spouses, that is even harder. This morning, I'm joined by Maxine. We're talking about how to keep a relationship strong in the toughest of times. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on your recent retirement.
Thank you.
What kind of things you do? Being a Marine, a former Marine myself, I know how tough that was, or just to hold on to a relationship. How do you do it over years and years and years?
Strong communication, that's the main thing for us. And of course, making sure that we know the expectation of each other. So whether we're together or we're apart, but dealing with deployments has been very stressful for all of us. And I know all military couples face stress during deployments, but dual military couples, it is tougher for us because both of us can be deployed at the same time. And then we have to leave our children behind.
Right.
Whenever you leave a child behind, you have to have a family care plan. So that family care plan is a legal document that helps us to have someone take care of our children while we're away legally. But you know, the stress is higher when you're not home with your own child.
Yeah, how do you, people do long distance relationships somehow, but when you're in different countries and then you've got family back here, you have this legal document, this care plan, but how do you just sort of overcome the stress of thinking about your family, thinking about your spouse, and then dealing with what you have to deal with on a daily basis for the job? Developing
a coping strategy. So for me, I go to school, I write songs, I record them, and I also write books. So my husband and I, we have been doing this for nearly 22 years.
Wow.
And so we had to come up with our own strategy, and coping away from each other is really getting involved, whether it's in the community or helping other couples out, or other families that have been going through the same things that we have.
And what's the biggest takeaway? The book's called Happily Joint. What do you want people to take away from that?
So it's Happily Joint, the secret to relationship resiliency. So resilience is a big thing, just coping with being apart and dealing with a military lifestyle that has been the biggest stressor for us. Period. So we have we came up with some tips to help other couples out, especially dual military couples. And so the biggest thing is just being resilient and remembering, keeping the focus on each other and why you're married in the first place, why you were attracted to each other.
Sure.
So those are some of the tips that we have.
And really quickly before we have to head to a break, Miss Veterans, let's talk about that.
Miss Veteran America, it is, we are right now helping homeless women veterans, and so that is through Final Salute Inc. And we are the ones who we bring awareness to homeless women veterans because there's so many of them out there, about 55,000 right now.
Yeah, a lot of people don't think about how many women actually serve in the armed forces. So
precisely, and how many are homeless afterwards.
Right. Yeah. All right, Maxine, thank you so much for being here and shedding some light onto what is very tough, especially as you mentioned, when both are deployed at the same time. Tonight, for you on CW18, we've got Dynasty at 8 o'clock. Jane the Virgin comes your way at 9, and then you